When I first stepped out of the floating shuttle and onto the platform, I felt as if I had entered another world, one shaped not just by technology, but by the imagination of people who dared to dream boldly. It was my first day in Aurelia, a fully futuristic city built above the coastline, powered almost entirely by renewable energy and designed to make every resident's life smoother, safer, and more meaningful. Even the air smelled different, cleaner and lighter. Soft neon lights glowed under the transparent floors, and autonomous drones hummed quietly as they transported deliveries. Rows of sky gardens decorated the buildings like green rivers flowing across steel structures. The city seemed alive, breathing together with the people who lived in it. My week in Aurelia began with a guided tour supported by an AI companion named Luma, a small floating orb that responded to gestures and voice commands. "Welcome to Aurelia," Luma said in a warm, friendly tone. "I will assist you throughout your stay. If you need directions, translations, or recommendations, simply ask." Her voice was so clear and natural that it felt like listening to an experienced human guide. The first place I visited was the transit hub, a massive dome where all vehicles operated on magnetic tracks. There were no buses, no cars, not even trains, only silent pods that slid as smoothly as raindrops. Each pod recognized passengers automatically, greeted them by name, and traveled without any need for tickets or schedules. You simply stepped inside and said your destination. As I traveled toward the residential district, the pod windows turned transparent screens, showing the history of the buildings outside. I learned that Aurelia was built as a prototype future city, where everything, from food production to waste management, was designed to be sustainable. Vertical farms rose between skyscrapers, supplying fresh vegetables to the entire population. Later that afternoon, I walked through the Harmony Market, a place where shopkeepers used holographic displays instead of physical signs. When I approached a stall, a projection appeared, describing the product in multiple languages. It was incredibly helpful for a visitor like me. Even more impressive, the market used a smart system that played ambient sounds to help people practice listening. Different accents, speech speeds, and sentence patterns were broadcast subtly into the environment. At sunset, I visited the Sky Park, a floating park suspended by anti-gravity platforms. Families played on grass fields that seemed to hover above the water. Soft music echoed across the sky as drones created small artificial clouds to cool the air. I sat on the edge of the platform and watched the orange reflection spread across the sea. It was a calm ending to my first day, making me excited about the days to come. On the second day, I explored the education sphere, a campus where students learn through immersive simulations. Instead of textbooks, they stepped into virtual environments that matched real historical or scientific conditions. I joined a listening class designed for language learners. The instructor, an AI avatar, played recordings of daily conversations from different time periods, from ancient markets to futuristic negotiations. The experience helps students adapt to a variety of accents and speaking styles. In the evening, I tried the city's smart cafe, where the tables analyzed your mood and suggested drinks that helped you relax or focus. While sipping a calm, lavender-infused tea, I listened to a recording played through directional speakers. These speakers allowed only the person sitting at the table to hear the audio, making it perfect for practicing listening without any disturbance. By the third day, I had already begun to understand why people called Aurelia the city where learning never stops. Everywhere I went, there was something new to hear, see, and experience. My listening skills felt sharper, and my curiosity only grew stronger. My fourth day began with a visit to the Health Dome, a massive building covered with solar reactive panels that adjusted their transparency according to sunlight. Inside, I discovered a peaceful environment where even the air temperature responded to your needs. Soft announcements played overhead, guiding visitors gently through each zone. These announcements were part of another listening practice system, helping people improve comprehension through short, clear messages. It made understanding English feel natural and effortless. Next, I joined a group of locals for a tour of the Innovation Corridor, where inventors worked on next-generation technology. As we walked, we wore tiny earbuds that translated and explained everything we heard. Engineers talked about self-repairing materials, energy-absorbing roads, and floating eco-gardens. Their explanations were full of technical vocabulary, and the earbuds helped me understand every detail. It felt like a masterclass in scientific listening. On the fifth day, I explored the Cultural Harmony District, a place where artists from different countries created interactive installations. One exhibition allowed visitors to walk through a hallway filled with changing voices, whispers, stories, songs, and poems from cultures around the world. Each sound activated when someone passed by, creating a personal and emotional listening journey. I found myself slowing down, absorbing every accent and rhythm. That night, Aurelia held its weekly Starlight Festival. As holographic lanterns floated into the sky, musicians performed using digital instruments. Their sounds blended with AI-enhanced harmonies that responded to the audience's emotions. I stood among the crowd, listening to a beautiful mixture of human and machine creativity. Even with thousands of people around me, the music felt intimate, as if it were speaking directly to my heart. On the final days of my visit, I took time to explore the quieter parts of the city. I walked along the ocean deck, where waves echoed gently under glass floors. Small speakers played ocean-themed English listening exercises disguised as meditation tracks. I closed my eyes and listened to the calm voice guiding me through stories of the sea. It was relaxing, educational, and unforgettable. Before leaving Aurelia, I met Luma one last time. "I hope your week has been inspiring," she said in her warm, familiar voice. I smiled, realizing how much my listening skills had improved without stress or pressure. Every corner of the city made learning natural, almost effortless. As I boarded the departure shuttle, I looked back at the glowing skyline of the futuristic city. The floating gardens, the shimmering towers, the soft lights drifting in the sky, all of it felt magical. My week in Aurelia had taught me more than I expected. English listening is not just about understanding words. It is about absorbing experiences, emotions, and stories. And in this city of the future, every moment told a story worth listening to.